This is the side of the house, number 77, and now, Carl, you're telling me that one of the leaking areas was up by the air conditioner there, right?
Yep.
And when we go in the house, we'll be able to see some mold that came because there was leaks around that.
In the siding. It's basically
And
the
the
siding
siding.
being rotted out. I mean, the holes all through the siding. You can see where it's worked its way right through if you get up close. Where it's just cracking, and it's all the grains peeling out of it. Water can work right through it. Over here, there's so much moisture coming through the wall that the trim's buckling. The nails are coming right out of the studs.
So you can just press that and make it kind of flap around.
Yeah.
And now some of that's coming from up there by the window?
It could be the window above. It could be just from rain blowing up against the siding, getting behind the siding, working its way down the building.
So we're going in from the outside porch.
This is up here.
So we're looking up in the ceiling, kind of.
This is right where the sliding glass door is above.
On
the second unit above.
That darkness on the wood is
mold.
Mold. We get a close up. There it is. There's the mold.
You have your white foaming mold all over it. Where it's leaked through the siding and through whatever else, possibly the air conditioning unit or the windows above.
So that white area is mold?
That's that's probably a type of mold or fungus.
I see.
And got water stains and mold coming on your 2x4s on the plate that are going to be cleaned. Mold coming in through this wall.
So that dark area over there is
the black and all the little dots that look like it's sprayed with little black speckles of paint is mold.
How about in the back rooms here? What do we got?
The back rooms we have.
So this room here is pretty much okay. No.
The back room's okay.
Back room,
it's
but
been
then
tested. It's okay. Well, we got water damage coming in on all the sills here.
Yeah.
Water damage around the window. You have staining and mold.
So you can see that right here.
Yeah.
You got kind of a dark area there on the wood.
Got around the plates there.
Yeah.
You also have this colored wood here, staining, rusted steel from the leak. And then if you get your camera back in here, you can see where the leak was coming up from there. It's all black and stained with mold in this corner.
Oh yeah, that blackness is all mold. We're looking up at the ceiling here. Obvious leaking problems, and that's why we had to redo all this.
Yep.
But then, tell me about you kind of went back 4 feet at a time, hoping that you'd come to the end of the mold.
This was all demoed before from the original when we went to find the leak, and this is where we found the majority of the mold. It's all been reframed and resheathed, so there is no more mold issues here in this new area. Besides the header, of course, it's going to be cleaned, and the post it's going to need to be cleaned, which are original. We couldn't take these out; they're structural. After we took down the 4 feet, we found more mold, so we removed another 4 feet until I could see no more visible mold. You can still see a little bit up in here where there's a little bit of mold, a lot of carpenter ants from the moisture that's up in these ceilings. So water damage, you can see water damage coming through still. We're going to have to remove more to expose if there's any more mold in the ceiling. It'll totally be dropped. The other part that more is going to come out is in this ceiling here. If you get your tape back here, you can see a hole in the parapet wall. There's some fungus up there, probably some yeast and some water damage where it's coming in through that hole. If you look up at that piece of sheetrock that's left up there still, you can see how it's saturated in the corner. The rest of the ceiling's coming out. And because of the leaking, we're going to remove this ceiling and this wall to check the walls for any leaks. That will all be redone.
Because you get pretty good chance there's going to be mold behind there too.
Yes, we'll remove all the way up the ceiling. If there's any more water in the ceiling, we'll be removing this wall.